Welcome back to another episode of Springs Youth Podcast. With me, as always, is Luke McDowell.
Howdy.
And Harrison Brandon. Hi. Y'all, we had what I think was just an awesome night last night at Youth.
Oh yeah.
It was really good.
Yeah, we did a sermon last night called Can't Live Without. And I really feel like, there was a lot of stuff that the kids took from it that they can apply. But what do y'all think? How did last night go for y'all?
For me, the best thing about last night was the altar call. I feel like, I don't know, it felt like multiple people responded, and it just felt like the Holy Spirit was really pressing in.
I really feel like last night went really well. There was a lot. The thing that really stuck out to me was you having a Dr. Pepper. That's really stuck with me. And I don't know why, because it's just a drink, but it's just the fact that you're like, nothing's better than this now.
Yeah. So at the beginning, by the way, Luke got saved last night. We're kidding. He's still working on himself.
Yeah, I just don't like the hate.
With the message Can't Live Without, I started by just messing around, like, what's something you can't live without? I was like, I can't live without Dr. Pepper, because if you know me, you know that I don't have a Dr. Pepper problem. I just have a very fond liking of Dr. Pepper. I can quit when I want. I just choose not to. So I had Kylie and Kinsey bring up a case of Dr. Pepper, which, by the way, might I add, Kinsey racked her head on the ceiling in the process. So that was hilarious. But I got Dr. Pepper up and I was like, there's nothing better than this sound. And I put the mic up to the can and just cracked it open. And
it was crisp.
It was.
Preaching ASMR.
But I'm going to say this, Dr. Pepper is always like that.
Correct.
It don't matter if the can is 3 years old.
That's so real.
A Dr. Pepper is a Dr. Pepper. Is that a shameless plug? I believe so.
We're sponsored.
I would love
Sponsor
to
me.
get sponsored by Dr. Pepper.
Oh.
What about Diet Coke, Luke? Is Diet Coke always like that?
I don't have a Diet Coke problem. It works just fine.
Luke is Diet Coke's problem. Diet Coke isn't a problem for Luke. Luke is a problem for Diet Coke.
We don't even have any Diet Coke.
Drink it all.
Luke is the population control for Diet Coke. But we continued to talk last night about things that the enemy tells us that we can't live without. The things that we struggle with, the things we deal with, the sins that we keep behind closed doors. The enemy will get into our mind saying that we can't live without it, but really and truly the one and most important thing that we truly can't live without is Jesus. So we took time to break down the story of Cain and Abel, talking about how Cain let his anger get the best of him. He allowed that door to open, which ended in his brother's death. So I made it clear, hey, if you get to the point where you feel like you can't live without it, it's not just it's not going to physically kill, but it will spiritually kill, whether that be relationships in your life, whether that be different things that you do, how people view you, because you allowed your sin to get the best of you because you thought that you couldn't live without it.
You actually shared a really good story about your dad and related it really well. Do you want to say that again about the dog?
Oh, yeah. I was sitting there I did?
I had a
I
story.
just really like that part.
I talked about my dad?
I felt like it was good.
So I had a dog when I was a kid named Max. He was a black lab, best dog ever. No offense to Ollie, but I hope there's a fence. But
That's why I have him on a leash.
I was about to say Ollie, if you're watching, Ollie doesn't have YouTube. We don't allow him to have an email yet. But
Justice for bro.
But I was talking, so my dad, as a side hobby when I was growing up, he did taxidermy. And my dad's got a shop where he would mount all of the things that, would be sent to him for him to mount. Max would always sit in front of his shop door waiting because he knew that Dad was going to give him some of the scrap meat, some of the fat, to him to eat. So he was always there knowing that he was going to be fed. if you look in Genesis 4, when God is warning Cain about his anger, he said that sin is crouching at the door. If you look in other translations, it says sin lays at the door, like a pet. So really and truly, what God's trying to say to Cain is, hey, one day it's going to get the best of you, because right now you think that you're feeding it, and you're not getting affected by it. You're not getting any gain from it, because it's still viewed as something small to you, something that is in your control, something that's on your leash. But one day, because you allowed that door to get open, next thing you know, you're going to be on the leash. You're going to be the one being fed, because it's not the fact that you're feeding it, it's going to be feeding you.
That's good.
I really enjoyed the story. I feel like it really put it into perspective for a lot of people, because I mean, people can imagine a dog laying there just waiting, because it's the South. Everybody's seen a dog laying on a porch before.
I've seen Lieutenant on a porch before.
It's fun, bro. It's a fun time.
I ain't even gonna lie. I'm there with them. It's fun. They're very serene. I'm selling the porch.
But yeah, all in all, it was a good night. I got to laughing so much over Aubrey's reaction whenever I explained what taxidermy was. I told them, I was like, I don't have a weak stomach because I grew up having to help my dad in the shop. I was like, we stuffed dead things. Like, that's what taxidermy is. I said, so I got to see Bambi's mom a few times. And Aubrey's face was just, I mean, literally like a deer in the headlights.
You saw Bambi's mom.
Like, just, no. There was no headlights with Bambi's mom. Just a gun.
There was one light.
There was a light.
It was a bright light.
She saw the light.
Do deers go to heaven?
I don't know. Can
Tune in next week when we talk about
we get biblical with that?
But anyways, so it was a good night. It really was. But other than last night, what's some things that y'all been thinking about lately?
All right, this is gonna sound really stupid, but I've been thinking about Garfield phones lately. Let me explain. In the 1980s, at random beaches in France, just random orange things started washing up. But then, like, full-blown just phones started washing up, and people were realizing that they were Garfield phones. And this happened for 30 years. And it was just, like, phone cords, all that. But what had happened was, on a boat, there was a storm, and a whole shipping container of these things just fell off.
Was it like a rotary phone?
Yes. And it just landed in, like, a random cave. So finally somebody was like, we gotta stop this. And they get to wherever this cave is. And it's a struggle to even get inside of the cave.
The Gar Cave.
So the Gar Cave.
You got some pirate. We're looking for the Garfield's cave.
The Gar Cave.
Which, if it's that hard to get in, how'd the shipping container get in is my thought.
Hey, Garfield found the way.
Yeah.
Garfield.
But then they finally get in there. And they're so ready to clean this all up. And all the phones are gone.
Brother.
They had already all washed up.
I took them.
It's crazy though.
They're gonna make a documentary about it.
They
$5 says Chris Pratt's gonna be doing it.
Didn't he play Garfield?
Yes.
Chris Pratt's that guy. He's just gonna do anything at this point.
Just imagine you're swimming though, and then like you just see a whole Garfield phone just floating by
I
like.
can imagine swimming and not really paying attention, then all of a sudden, oh, Garfield! No, if I'm swimming and I see Garfield, I'm throwing hands. Whoever's closest, just
Start freaking out, lifeguards. There's a shark. No, it's a Garfield phone.
no, Garfield!
He wants to talk to me.
And then the lifeguard's just like, not again.
That's like the ET Atari game, right?
Yes,
Like
that's crazy.
the fact that so many people hated it,
So
that they weren't selling it, so they just literally like dumped it in a big hole and buried it.
yeah, no, it was like
Did they ever dig that up, or is it just still in the ground?
Just go find
I
it.
think it's still there.
treasure map to find it.
Treasure map to E.T.
Goonies 2, Electric Boogaloo.
Goonies 2. Let's go find E.T. guys. I would watch it.
Imagine you just go there and there's like a tree sprouting out.
The tree sprouting in the shape of E.T.
It's growing E.T. Atari games.
Oh, we can't fix the problem. We made it worse. I want to play it.
It cracks me up how like their first thing was, oh, we're not selling this game, bury it.
Bury it. Not,
That'll show them.
not just keep it on the shelf just in case.
Or drop the price.
Exactly.
No, just
Bury
bury it.
Or just throw it away.
Well, they did.
Recycle.
Exactly. Like those game cartridges, unironically, could have been used for something else.
Yeah.
But no,
Like, what if E.T. was here for cancer?
and we just wouldn't know.
Like, it could have helped. And exactly, because people thought, bury it.
Just wait. Just wait till y'all see that ET tree. Then it's all gonna be worth
The
it.
E.T. tree.
Because then it's gonna it's not gonna just have the game cartridges coming out of it. It's gonna have ET2, and it's gonna be so much worse.
That's actually their plan.
Yeah.
It's how they release it for the Atari. It's not for anything recent, no. For the Atari. But like what you said, Heath, that got me thinking. You know, they like train dogs to smell for cancer.
Yeah.
Because you know how we see the world like through our eyes, right? They see it through their nose.
So they can see cancer.
Yeah. Apparently, people with cancer like smell different. They can smell. I'm being so serious. I promise. I'm being so serious. Like they train dogs to smell for cancer.
You can make the craziest insult.
But we're not going
But we're not
to,
going
'cause this
to.
is
We're
a
not going.
Christian podcast.
Amen.
Oh.
That just got me thinking about that. Because I was like,
So, hey, good
this is
news.
crazy.
We are 19 days away from the NBA 24-25 season
We
starting.
sure are.
Well,
Does
season starts next week.
Does it?
Yeah,
does your watch say what date it is?
it does.
Oh,
It's the 3rd.
You know what
I was trying to call
you know
you
what
out so
yesterday
hard.
was, Heath?
Your birthday.
It was my birthday.
Yeah, Harrison turned 12.
My candle kept falling over.
He was 81.
No, I was 1 because it was supposed to be 18, but the age is.
See, the cake I gave him, the candles didn't fall.
That's
over.
true. Your lighter was really cool too.
I think I got
I
it.
think about that. It's like a flamethrower, dog.
I don't got it. It's in my
Let's say,
car.
why do you have the lighter like in your school pocket?
Because he wants to be edgy.
No, it's because I was gonna put it in my car and I was like, I don't even know if I actually put it in there. It might still be in my pocket, but it is in my car because that's where I put it.
On lighters at Dollar General, they have one that spins like a fidget spinner,
Well, time out. I just thought of something.
and it doesn't work.
Can we talk real quick about how last weekend Luke ate 40 chicken McNuggets?
Yeah,
in
this
one
just did
sitting
not need to be brought up on the podcast.
And 2
right?
medium fries.
You know what's crazy? He's done it before.
No, I have not. That's the
Yeah, you
first.
have.
Not both like 40 and 2 medium
I
fries.
thought you did.
Like,
No,
bro,
I've never
just
done that
like went through them like it was nothing.
Me and Heath, we were just having a conversation. I was so locked in. I was like, I'm gonna eat half of this right now and half of it for dinner, like a normal person.
Then nah.
Nah, I locked in. I was like opening like 12 buffalo. I was going back previous buffalo to have more buffalo sauce, bro. It was crazy.
Moral of the story is, this is an intervention for your buffalo addiction.
I did it all with one Diet Coke.
Well, the
though,
funny
so I
thing
think
is,
that's impressive.
we get to the car, and this is like officially when it sets in for Luke. We get to the car, we get in, and Luke goes, I ate everything.
I was like, I just ate 40 chicken nuggets and 2 medium fries.
Bro was like had to come to acceptance with what he did.
So, if at camp this year, there's a game that requires eating a bunch of chicken nuggets, Justin Myers, if you're watching, we found your challenger.
The power of locking in is crazy.
Can we, as long as we can get Heath or me up there to just start talking to him about anything?
Bro, we were talking about Christmas movies.
Okay.
It was funny.
And it makes Luke hungry.
No, I was like, because I was trying to think. He was like, we were talking about our favorite movies, and that's always a difficult question for me. So I was locked in. I was thinking, all right, well, there's the Grinch, there's the Grinch, there's the Grinch, and then I was thinking,
Oh, it's which Grinch?
there's the animated one with. There's 2 animated ones. Hold on, I don't know how to describe them.
You got the original one from the 60s.
Yes.
Then you got the Cumberbatch. Oh.
That's Tyler the Creator.
It does have Tyler the Creator in it.
And then you got the Carrie.
Which one's your favorite, Heath?
Out of the three,
Yeah.
I prefer the Carrie out of the three.
Okay.
I honestly don't know. Probably Carrie. That means you're next.
I feel like I'm obligated to say Carrie too.
No, but you should.
Okay.
But listen, if I want nostalgia, I'm watching the OG.
See, I really like that one. Just because of the way that they drew Cindy Lou, because I think she looks really funny.
She look like a bobblehead.
She does.
She looks like a Russian nesting doll.
She has the
like
ornament.
the smallest one.
She has the ornament in her hands. And it's like this big. Mr. Santa Claus, you dropped this. Why are you taking our tree?
You underestimate the power of Who's, dude.
Who would have thought?
Are there two different type of Who's?
I think so.
Because there's the ones in Horton Hears a Who, right? And they
Oh.
kind of look like the Grinch.
Yo,
Yeah, have you seen that theory?
Yeah, how it's just the Grinch is supposed to go to the flower,
yo,
but he didn't.
I don't think we should turn into one of these podcasts.
Okay, but it's really cool.
But can we talk about how we never went to the moon?
Okay, but we didn't. No. We never went to the moon.
The Loch Ness Monster's my roommate.
The what?
The Loch Ness Monster was my roommate.
Was? What happened? Did he stop paying rent?
I guess. She moved out, Bigfoot moved in.
Duh.
Well, Bigfoot's my cousin.
Oh.
Yeah, so I don't really talk to him much. Normally just family reunion type thing.
I see the resemblance.
Ah! Oh.
I don't even know if that was a roast or like just.
Bro just made the audio spike with that.
He did.
What's your favorite Christmas movie?
Leave it in the comments.
I wasn't gonna say that. I feel like every time we talk to the camera, I feel like Dora. Like, do you know where the big chicken is? Although it's right behind her.
No, I just feel like I just feel like an awesome YouTuber. Like, if you want to know what our favorite Christmas movie is, hit that follow button.
You don't know how to braid.
What about that dude on TikTok that like walks up and he's like $1 mystery gift, and at the end of every one he like looks dead at the camera and he's like Drake collab. Like that guy cracks me
Drake?
up.
What you're talking about?
No.
You don't watch that guy? No. He makes me laugh.
Because originally he was doing Mr. Beast collab, and then Mr. Beast did collab. So like,
to move on.
so like he lost his niche, and then he was like, "Oh, Drake," because that's who we should go
Of
for.
all people, Drake,
He
Lecrae collab.
he was like mystery gift or $1, and this guy was like mystery gift. So he gives him this box and he opens it up, and there's 3 PlayStation 4s in there,
Same.
and he's like staring at them, and he looks at the camera and he goes, PS12. And that's all he says. And then he's just like dead stare at the camera. He's like, PS12.
PS12.
Drake collab.
Drake collab.
I would not mind a PS12.
I would not mind a PS12. Lecrae collab.
Dog.
I mean, Lecrae would be cool.
Lecrae would be cool.
Lecrae would be really cool. But, hear me out. Cool Carl. Collab.
Jesus collab.
He collabed last night.
You sure did.
Hey.
No,
Hey.
service was really good.
Shameless plug on service.
Hey, just so y'all know, service starts at 6:30.
Doors open at 6.
Yo.
Yo, did I miss like the meeting?
Yeah.
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 My fault.
We actually were here at 5:30. That's why I told you to get here.
We had hot chocolate.
We sure did. And crumpets.
We had crepes.
What's a crepe?
It's like a pancake.
Isn't it literally just a pancake?
It's just a flat.
It's a very, very, very thin pancake.
That's not a
So
flat
what's the
thing.
difference?
It's like
In France.
pancakes for White Watchers.
You wouldn't know. You went to France.
So I didn't get a
But he
cake.
was like, give me the snails.
He was like, I want the
On
bread.
everything, snails is one of the best foods.
But bro, don't
It's
like
so
cheeseburgers.
ironic.
Snails are so good.
Would you ever have calamari?
Yeah, I'd try it. I don't know if I'd like it. Try it.
I mean, you like snails, so
Oh, but calamari is like,
I don't know. It kind of weirds me out, low-key.
I like it.
I've never tried it.
Okay, so look, snails are like, they taste just like steak, and it's not
Just like steak?
Not just like
I'm
steak,
calling cap.
but like better. It tastes better than
Better?
steak, and it's so good.
How are you
What
an
kind of
American?
steaks are you having? You're from Texas.
You guys don't understand. You haven't had snails.
You're from Texas.
But like,
That's like the most
but
American steak.
snails.
No, I would like to petition that Texas is not the most American state.
What would you say it is? Huh?
I would say something like...
Mississippi.
No, I would say something like Montana.
No,
Or Vermont.
No.
definitely not Vermont.
Not
I will
Vermont.
fight against Vermont.
My grandma's from Vermont.
Utah.
No.
That's where the Mormons
See, if you said something like
Caitlin's scared of them. That's the
No,
honest.
Caitlin's scared of the
I
Amish.
feel like she's just as scared of the Mormons
Look,
as she is
hey,
the Amish.
Halloween is just a few weeks away.
Dress
If
up as an
anybody
Amish
would
person.
like to dress up as an Amish person and just find my wife, let me know.
Can I do that? I really want to dress up like an Amish person.
Just walk
I-
walk around and be like, my name is Obadiah.
My name is Obadiah Jebediah the
Bro, did you see that in Lucille? There's a Mennonite church.
There's a what?
There's a Mennonite church.
Is there really?
Yeah, I saw the sign for it on my way back from George County High School, and I was like, "Ain't no way!" And then I remember telling Miss Terry about it, and she had like the same reaction, like, "Really?" And I'm like, "I just want to find out where it is. I see the sign, but where's the building?"
one and only.
Now I have.
They meet in the cornfield.
Now I have the envisioning of her just going, "Ain't no way!"
We gotta take Jedediah and Obadiah to the cornfield to pray.
That's one person.
No.
Jebediah Obadiah. That's one
Jebediah
person. That's one person. No ifs, ands, or buts.
You know what? Like one of my like worries is with this podcast.
What?
That I forget to hit record on the camera. Like that sat in my head.
Please tell me
Please tell me you hit
record.
record.
That has sat in my head the last 20 minutes of this podcast.
Can I
Go check.
Okay.
Please.
Yeah, we're good.
Thank the Lord. Oh my gosh. Keep that in. Oh my
that in.
gosh.
Now I'm thinking about it. And I just watched you check. I'm gonna think about that every time now. Be like, did he actually hit record or is he just saying he did?
Like, got the camera cap still on.
Not the camera cap.
Why are you gonna straight face me like that, bro? You're making me like a fan. Like, die, whatever. Yeah, this is not funny.
I feel like it's free. Did you say fiend?
No? Yes. So yeah, youth. Every Wednesday, 6 p.m. doors open, 6:30 is service.
We have a game.
Yeah, we do have a game.
Normally it's like head, shoulder, knees, cup.
Yo, I was on it last night with that.
We're on it.
Like,
Who
I went
won?
like full like auctioneer.
Who won? I was like
Hardy.
locked in.
It was so,
Hardy Eugene Wiggle.
I tutored that kid.
it was
That
so
explains
funny.
a lot.
though.
Hey, he passed out pre-algebra with a 79.
Alright, yeah. Keep him humble.
Keep him average.
That's what I passed with.
Bro's like leaking his information to YouTube and Spotify right now. Hardy's social security is 519.
His grade point average is.
7. -7, my bad.
It was funny though. You say shoulder, they were at their head for some reason. You say knees, is
Her the kids.
yeah, it's everywhere.
They built different.
Well, apparently, if they're saying shoulder and they're at their head. No, that's I'm just saying the children's church kids play better than that. Children's church kids scare me though sometimes because they get like more into it than the youth kids do.
Dude, tell me though, why are kids like more judgmental than teenagers?
Because
they know what they want.
Because kids won't hold their tongue. Like if something's bad, they'll be like, "That wasn't very good."
But neither do teenagers.
They do it
But-
more though.
I think it's because because teenagers are already like so in their head about themselves.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm just not gonna say it.
Exactly.
Exactly.
No, kids are like, I'm like the greatest thing ever. Why do you look like that?
That's
That's a real thing that a kid has said to me. Why do you look like that?
That's a good question.
No, dude, look, I had a kid in my youth group back in Oklahoma. Her name was Megan. Megan was a sweetheart to everybody else but me. And I remember this is before me and Caitlin got married. We were engaged. She was still living in Missouri. I was in Oklahoma. So every once in a while, Caitlin
in
would.
Missouri?
Yeah, she was at Evangel for 1 year.
Oh yeah.
And she decided to get married. This is like L.
Yeah.
So every once in a while, Caitlin would drive out on the weekend to OKC. She would stay with one of our staff members, and she'd go to church just so she could go ahead and start getting used to the students. Students could start getting used to her, to the wedding. And Megan just loved Caitlin, as a lot of our students do. And one time, Caitlin had left on a Saturday, so she wasn't able to be at church that Sunday. This girl walks up to me at church and she goes, "Where's Miss Caitlin?" I said, "She left." She said, "Next time, can you leave and she stay?"
That's crazy.
It's wild.
And I'm thinking in the back of my head, kid, I will field goal punt you.
But you didn't because you're a
You're a
great
youth
youth
pastor.
pastor.
Yeah. That's why.
That was very like, yeah.
Yeah.
That's why.
But nah, dude, like, some kids, they're just blunt. Like, have you ever heard John Mulaney talking about blunt people, like blunt kids?
Yeah.
He's
I
like, I remember walking down the street one time and this third grader was like, ha ha ha, look at that guy. He's got feminine hips. He said, I didn't realize I was sensitive about my hips till then.
I didn't even know the word feminine existed back then.
He's so for real.
Nah, maybe I'm just stupid.
Because these are dicks.
But he thinks that snails taste better than steak.
You don't understand.
That's all the time that we have for the Springfield podcast today. Tune in next week when we talk more about snaily steak.
Oh, and if you want to see another guest on here, get us to 30 subscribers.
Yeah. I'm not doing that, but yeah, I'll just get the actual mic and throw it.
No, that's expensive.
But other than that, we'll see you next week.
Right.
Bye-bye.